Nasdaq 100 price prediction and technical analysis, and we're on the monthly chart, and we can see that we have this current month's candlestick, which at this point in time is very much bullish, as you can see. However, we can also see that price at some point during the month came down to around this level and moved up again, right? But in as far as potential buy or sell opportunities go at this point, I don't see any. I'm just gonna head down to the weekly chart, and here we are on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we don't really have any interesting price action movements, except that we can see that we had these four candlesticks over here, which are very much bearish, and price went up again. And from here, I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, we can see that at this point in time, we seem to be in a very strong upward trend. To add to this, we can also see that price is at a very strong level of resistance, and what this means is that we may possibly be getting ready to see a reversal of sorts. I'm just gonna actually add my resistance area. Just bear with me while I do so. There we go, more or less. And then I'm also gonna add my daily channel. Let's have a look, and we can see that for the most part this daily channel is very much steep, and whenever we have very steep trend lines or channels, what happens quite often is that they are easily broken, and as I said, price at this point in time is at a very strong level of resistance, and we may potentially see the market actually move further down, right? But from here, I'm just going to head down to the H4 chart. And remember that on the daily chart we spoke about how the market at this level is at a very strong level of resistance, as we had multiple rejections. To add to this, I'm just going to zoom in a bit. To add to this, we also have what seems to be an overextended double top here, which also has a neckline there. And you guys know that whenever we have these patterns, right, if I can just draw it, ideally we want to see a price closing sufficiently below the neckline and then head up to the neckline to give it a test. And where we have that neckline, ideally is where we look for those potential sell opportunities, especially if that neckline, as I always say, aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? So similarly, as I said, price broke to the bottom side of this neckline, which is pretty much over here, and went back again to the neckline to give it a test. And we can see at this point over here that price has been struggling or playing in and around that area, and this suggests that we may potentially be getting ready to see the market move further down. But just also keep in mind that we have this channel over here, and as much as I'm saying that the market may potentially move further down, it is very much possible that we may see price actually bounce off of this channel, which is over here, and then from there we might see price continue to move further up, especially because as much as we have just bear with me, I just want to adjust my neckline, right? Especially because as much as we have, as I said, this double top over here, price coming back to the neckline to give it a test, and the anticipation is for the market to move further down. Just also keep in mind that we also have just above that double top over here a lot of stop losses located here, and that is because, again, whenever we have these patterns, a lot of traders and investors actually sell there on the second leg and they place their stop losses just above, right? So this may be a trap. This entire move over here may be a trap where the market is actually waiting for people to keep on selling, right, as this is the anticipation, and we may potentially see price actually move further up to grab all of those stop losses that are located here. In addition to this, just to go back to the daily chart, just remember that we're still in an upward trend. We're in a very strong upward trend, and we may potentially see the market continue to move further up to around that level to just give it a test. And at this level is where we may again look for those potential sell opportunities, because it is a very strong level of resistance at this point in time, right? And just like how we have a double top here and people buying on the second leg of that double top and placing their stop losses just above there on the H4 chart. On this particular chart, which is the daily chart, we have another similar double top over here, right, where people bought or rather sold on the second leg of that M structure and placed their stop losses there, right? So as you guys can see, there is plenty of scope for the market to, from where it is currently, move further up to that level to trigger those stop losses. In addition to that, I hope you guys can see that we have what seems to be the structure over here, and price may reach here only to give us the second leg of the double top and then only potentially move further down, right? Because again, as much as we have this double top here, we also have a W formation here. And if I can just go back to the H4 chart, because it's more visible on the H4 chart, we have this W formation here, and again, people bought there and placed their stop losses just below, right? So once price gives us that potential double top, we may actually see it come down to here to trigger the stop losses that are located here, right? Let me just actually go back to the daily chart so you guys can see that. So I'm talking about this potential move over here, right, where price at this level may trigger all of those stop losses, and then after doing so, it may push further down to trigger the stop losses that are located, we could say somewhere here, due to the fact that on the H4 chart we have this W structure over here, right? Let me actually go down to the H4 chart again. We have this W structure over here, right? But again, in conclusion and in closing, we have, as I said, just bear with me, we have this double top over here, and price went back to the neckline to give it a test. And actually I just wanted to use Fibonacci just to see if that neckline actually aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to the tool. Let's have a look. There goes Fibonacci retracement tool, and we can see that the neckline, which is over here more or less, of this overextended double top aligns with, we could say, the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, and that adds as confluence in as far as looking for potential sell opportunities goes at this point, right? However, just bear in mind that this may be a trap, because at the end of the day, in as far as the daily chart goes, we are in a strong upward trend, right? And we have, as I said, a lot of stop losses located here in addition to this level over here, right? So it is quite possible, as I said, that price may hit up to grab that liquidity and then move up again to grab the stop losses located there, and then only give us this huge double top, and price come down to around this level to grab the stop losses that are located here, due to the fact that we had this W formation over here on the H4 chart, right? But right now, as I said, in as far as buy or sell opportunities go, I don't see any, but I know that a lot of you are going to wait for price to potentially break this channel over here as well as this one, and once that happens, I know that a lot of you will be looking to sell, right? But myself personally, at this point in time, I'm not going to enter. I'm just going to wait and see what happens next.